Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack the fascinating, complex, and honestly, pretty contradictory reality of South Korea. This is a nation where ancient traditions are living right alongside hyper-futuristic tech, and where this immense, constant pressure has created one of the most dynamic cultures on the entire planet.
Okay, so to really get South Korea, where do you even start? Well, it all goes back to the split, the one that defines the whole peninsula. You can see right here, South Korea has the smaller piece of land, but it's home to about double the population. We're talking 52 million people. And right there, that simple fact kind of sets the stage for two completely different national stories.
And look, this division, it's not just some political line on a map. No, it's the very crucible that has forged this unique national identity. I mean, just think about it for a second. Living constantly in the shadow of a hostile, unpredictable neighbor, that has shaped literally everything in South Korea, from its economy all the way down to the rhythm of daily life.
Check out this number, 240 kilometers. That's how long the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, is. But you gotta understand, this is way more than just a line on a map. It's a constant, heavily mined, and fiercely guarded reminder of just how precarious their situation is. It's a real, physical scar from a war that technically never even ended.
And smack dab in the middle of all that tension, you have Panmunjom, the truce village. It's got to be one of the most surreal places on Earth. You've got soldiers from both sides just staring each other down across a slab of concrete. It's the standoff personified.
So, you've got all this intense pressure coming from the outside. How does that show up on the inside? Well, it's created this incredibly competitive society, a culture that is just obsessed with being perfect in every single part of life. And that brings us to our next section, the pursuit of perfection. It's not a luxury, it's an investment for the future. What do you think that quote is about? Stocks? A college education? Nope. Believe it or not, that's how a lot of people in South Korea talk about plastic surgery. In a society where the competition is just that fierce, your appearance is seen as a critical tool for success.
And this is where you really see just how deep that idea goes. It's so normal that cosmetic surgery is a common high school graduation gift from parents. Men are huge consumers of makeup and skincare because having a flawless look is key, and beards are often seen as unprofessional. Even something like dental hygiene is taken to the next level. Brushing your teeth after every single meal is a national habit taught from kindergarten. But okay, this is where things get really fascinating. This totally modern obsession with perfection, it exists right alongside these deeply held traditions and superstitions. This is where South Korea is just this land of incredible contrasts, where ancient beliefs and hyperfuturism totally collide. So for instance, you've got this thing called fan death. It's a widespread urban legend that if you sleep in a sealed room with a fan on, it could actually kill you. And there's zero scientific evidence for this, but it's a belief that just stubbornly hangs on, even in one of the most scientifically advanced countries in the world. And this slide, wow, it just lays out that contradiction perfectly. On one side, you have these traditional beliefs, like you never ever write a living person's name in red ink because it's a death omen, or the idea that your blood type actually determines your personality. And then, on the other side, this is the exact same country that's a world leader in robotics and has one of the most efficient recycling systems anywhere. And, I mean, the scale of their technological ambition is just mind-blowing. While some folks are worried about their electric fans, the nation's scientists are literally creating artificial suns here on Earth. They've hit temperatures 7 times hotter than the core of our own sun in nuclear fusion experiments. It's just incredible. So, with all this pressure cooking 24/7, the pressure to succeed, to be perfect, to innovate, how do people let off steam? Well, it probably won't surprise you to hear that they often go to extremes. It's all or nothing. And one of the biggest ways they do that is the classic work hard, play hard culture. And boy, does the data show it. South Koreans are, by a long shot, the heaviest drinkers of spirits in all of Asia. Those company dinners often turn into really long nights, fueled by soju, the national drink. It's a huge part of bonding and just blowing off steam.
But it's not just about drinking. There's another national obsession we have to talk about: video games, which in South Korea are so much more than just a simple hobby.
I mean, it's not just a pastime over there. It's basically a national sport. Big tournaments sell out entire stadiums. The top gamers are actual celebrities with huge salaries. But that kind of intensity has a dark side. The culture got so extreme that there were reports of gamers literally dying from exhaustion after playing for days on end. It got so bad it became a full-blown public health issue, and the government actually had to step in. They passed a law that people started calling the Cinderella Law, and it forcibly logged off anyone under 16 from online games between midnight and 6 a.m., just to make sure kids were getting some sleep.
And of course, we can't talk about extremes in perfection without talking about the ultimate cultural export, K-pop, right? It's really the perfect expression of the whole South Korean ethos. It's meticulously polished, it's high energy, it's a perfectionist product that's also this huge creative and emotional release valve for the whole world.
All right, so let's put all these pieces together. You have the political tension, the insane drive for perfection, the cultural extremes, and you get to a really crucial point. This constant pressure, this life lived on a knife's edge, that has been the very engine that created one of the most resilient, hardworking, and innovative nations on the planet. I mean, think about Samsung. We all know Samsung, right? The phones, the TVs, the electronics. It's like the poster child for South Korea's incredible economic miracle after the war.
But what if I told you that's just scratching the surface? That very same company, they are a massive defense contractor. They build armored military vehicles. They're also in shipbuilding, advanced medical tech, huge construction projects. It's a powerhouse that both makes the phone in your pocket and builds the hardware that protects the very border we started this whole conversation with. And that brings us to a final thought. From the DMZ to the boardroom, from the surgeon's office to the K-pop stage, South Korea really shows the world what a country can do under relentless, unimaginable pressure. The only real question is, what is the true price of that perfection? What does that incredible drive ultimately create, and what does it leave behind?